Tara Campbell is a writer, teacher, Kimbilio Fellow, and fiction co-editor at Barrel House magazine. She teaches flash fiction and speculative fiction and is the author of a novel, 2 hybrid collections of poetry and prose, and 2 short story collections. Her 6th book, City of Dancing Gargoyles, is forthcoming from SWSW in September 2024. Go, Tara.
All right. Thank you so much for everyone who has come out to listen tonight. I am the last reader, so we're ending in good time. In this novel that I'm going to read from, City of Dancing Gargoyles, it's the 22nd century in the Western U.S., and folks are dealing not only with climate change, so desertification, fires, rising sea levels, and all the rest, but also with the aftermath of secret alchemical testing that's been creating all kinds of havoc. So some of you'll hear some of that in this excerpt. The novel moves back and forth between human perspectives and other perspectives like gargoyles, butterflies, bats, kudzu. But here we're going to hear from the perspective of a young woman named Dolores, and this is the first time she and her mother encountered 2 gargoyles in a tumble-down barn in the desert. And I'm giving away an advanced reader copy of this novel as well as a magnet and sticker. So, get your name in that form. All right, so this is chapter 4. Mama stands still for a long while, hand over her mouth. She doesn't like when I interrupt her when she's thinking, so I hold her spear and wait for her to tell us what comes next. I'm thirsty, but I'm sure I'm just noticing it more now because she's worried about the canteen she dropped. I'm just glad it wasn't me who lost half our remaining water. What I want to say is, it's not your fault, or we've still got mine, but what I decide on is, was that really a dragon? She cuts me a brief sidelong look before turning her attention back to the barn. Use your head, girl. Wings, claws, serpent-like body. Those teeth. I lift my sunglasses and squint, trying to get a better look at the creatures messing around with our water inside the barn. I've never seen one up close is all, and I didn't know they talk. Plus, I could swear there's more than one animal in there. Mama's lips pressed tight. Dragons are different in different places. You know how they were. Didn't care about the people who lived in the test sites. Now she's talking about the government again, their secret weapons testing decades ago. Nothing has been the same since, she says, and I just have to imagine it because in my almost 18 years, this is the only way I've ever known it. I suppose it must have been pretty terrifying to have all those lizards around you turn into dragons from one year to the next, or watch wolves float, or see statues sailing, or whatever. She never talks about it. Let's just go then, I say. We don't have enough. She's right. Although our canteens distill moisture from the air, without both of them, we won't have enough water to reach Carson City. I lean the spear toward her, and she takes it from my hand. Then I unsheathe my dagger and take a deep breath in and out, clenching my teeth to keep steady. It's small, she says. If it breathes fire, we'll go. She holds the spear tip forward, and I stay one step behind her as we approach the barn, both of us slightly crouched, knees bent, ready to spring in any direction. I hold my breath. The only sound is the crinkle of scraggly weeds beneath our feet. The inside of the barn is rank and shadowy, but I'm close enough to the entrance to make out 2 distinct figures inside. They stop whatever they were doing to watch us. I halt, and Mama does too. One of the figures steps out of the barn into the light, a long gray serpent creature with 4 legs attached to a scaly body. It has a long snout with a forked tongue darting out from between rows of sharp-looking teeth. Even though it just moved, it looks like it's made of stone. Mama steps directly in front of me, forcing me to lean to the side to see the creature. It's standing in front of the barn, looking at us out of its bulbous round eyes. Its stance doesn't seem hostile. It's not crouched like we are, and its long, pointy ears are swiveling, like it's listening. We don't mean you any harm, it says, its voice rasping like gravel. It nudges our canteen with a leg, more to focus our attention on it than to move it closer to us. This is yours. This isn't a question, but an acknowledgement of our need. Where are you going? It asks. I step out from behind Mama for a better look. I suppose the creature's wide open eyes could mean wildness, but somehow they don't read that way to me. And Mama sticks her arm in front of me as though that could protect me. Where are you traveling to? It asks, again, louder. Its T's clack like tiny rock slides. I start to speak, but Mama pipes up. We're heading south. The second creature emerges from the barn, and we both shrink back from the lion-like creature striding on muscular legs, baring its teeth. It doesn't unfurl its wings, just raises and settles them slightly as though to remind us it has them. It's made of the same gray stone. We saw you before, it said. Why are you lying? The four-legged serpent looks down briefly. There's something calm about it, unlike the winged lion bristling next to it. You're heading north, the snake thing says. Again, not a question. Mama takes a deep breath and a long time exhaling. Yes. There's water there? Another deep breath. Yes. The serpent's tail twitches. We will travel with you, it says, looping its tail through the canteen's strap. We don't have enough water for 4, Mama argues. Without this, the creature says, lifting the canteen, you don't have enough water for 2. I can tell she's more pissed than scared. After all her planning to get us out of Oakland when it flooded, then out of LA after the big earthquake, then out of Joshua Tree while it burned, now we're stuck here, sun-baked, covered in grit, rationing protein bars and staring down stone animals in a barn over our own water with only a spear and a dagger to defend ourselves. This was not the plan. But then what choice do we have? Mama nods and, without a word, turns to head in the direction we've been traveling these past weeks. I lengthen a couple of steps to reach her side. Behind us, the crunch of footsteps, the sweep of a serpent's tail over gritty soil. I glance back, see the canteen swinging from the snake beast's neck, the flutter of the lion's wings settling against its flanks. Our steps settle into a sloughing rhythm as we head north to Carson City. Thank you.
Whoa. Thank you, Tara.